Welcome to the Repositioning Podcast. I'm Just Antoine, your coach's coach, and I help burnout entrepreneurs balance their life and their business with custom solutions and accountability. And today, I'm so excited because I got my brother Eric. He's in the building, and he's going to share with us about his real estate endeavors. And so we're excited to have you, here today.
Thanks, Antoine, for the introduction.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay, man.
You doing okay?
Yeah, finally, life's starting to level back out again.
Okay.
You know, after real estate school, finally got it done, finally got licensed.
Well,
Praise
congratulations, man.
Took a little bit of time, but we got it done.
All right, all right. It was challenging?
It was challenging. I think in complete total, it's about 180 total class hours that you have to do. I did mine through Champion School of Real Estate. They have a great program, by the way.
Okay.
Little plug for them. Okay. I did mine in about 2 weeks. I got all my classes done in about 2 weeks.
Wow. So you pressed go and didn't stop.
I pressed go and didn't stop. I took a leap of faith.
Okay.
Just earlier before we started, we were talking about taking that leap. I took that leap and quit work. I was a veterinary technician for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
Quit that. Against the advice of my family, and went to real estate school. So here we are.
All right, all right. So why did you choose real estate school?
I chose that, to be honest, because I was always a mama's boy. My mom recently passed, and in a Hispanic household, she's like the rock, the foundation, you know, and she really helped me through all of my life's endeavors. I've been everything from law enforcement to the military to you name it, I've done it, right? And she's always helped me figure it out. Mom passed about a year ago, so I had to finally say, you know what, enough's enough. I need to do something in life that's going to make money for me and my family and not have to struggle anymore.
Okay.
You know, so I chose real estate. You know, I've always been good at bringing people together, talking to people, and here's where we're at.
Well, wow, that's exciting, man, and condolences for your loss.
Thank you.
But I know you're gonna carry on and make your mom proud because of because she's still with you, right?
Oh, absolutely, every single day.
She's
my
definitely
life.
your motivation,
right?
And I know my mom has a definitely effect on my life, and so tell us a little bit about some of the challenges. I know when you're scared, almost stiff, like, hey, I'm doing something brand new. How were you able to conquer some of that and go beyond? Okay,
so I'm probably going to completely mess up this saying, but I was watching a video one time. Will Smith talks about how he was going on a skydiving trip, and he was absolutely terrified to take that first leap right out of the plane. And he says finally, after they pushed him out, however they had to get him out of the plane, he's like, it was the most surreal thing. It felt like he had just let go, and it was the most peaceful thing. So I translated that into life, right? I was terrified. Mom's gone. Oh, crap. What do I do now? Right. I felt like I was just kind of, walking around lost, if you will.
Yes.
So I translated it into taking that leap of faith and quitting work. One or two things is going to happen. My chute's not going to open and I'm going to hit the floor, or my parachute's going to open up, and I'm supposed to land right where I'm supposed to land.
Yes.
And I feel like the better of the two happened. So I feel like that's why I'm here now. I met the right people, put me in the right place, and I think that's why I took that leap.
Excellent. Because, there's so many people that really need to take that leap.
Right.
They're in a place where they really don't want to be.
Right.
But they're there because they think that this is the safe place.
Right.
But they're dying on the inside, right?
Right.
It's
dying.
like
it got to the point where I hated, and if my former bosses or whatever watch this podcast, it's nothing against y'all, but I just hated my personality going to work and making money for other people at the same time. I want to make money for me and mine. You know, that way I know I have to hustle every day of my life to make money for me and mine. I'm not going somewhere and punching a clock and making so much money an hour,
Right.
and then waiting for a couple of weeks to get my pay. No, I go out and I make my money. If I need to make my money today, let's go get my money today.
All
you know,
right.
That's what also motivates me.
Yes. So you don't have that ceiling, right?
Right.
So it's all rest on your shoulders, and that's what separates us from the masses, is that we're willing to step out on faith and trust that, hey, I have what's in what it takes, and that's courage.
Right.
You know, and some people think that you don't have fear, but courage is not having fear,
right.
but it's not allowing fear to have us.
Correct.
Right. And so to be an entrepreneur, you have to be very courageous. You have to do it in spite of the fear. The fear is there, definitely, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Right.
I'm going to do it anyway because I got to go. I got to do something different. I'm dying where I'm at, right?
It's fight or flight, and I'm a fighter.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure. And so I know that you said it took you 2 weeks.
Right.
You had to really shut things down. And how easy was that, or what challenges did you have?
So the challenging part of it is in that course that I took. Now they do have different ways to take the classes, right? You don't have to take them all in 2 weeks, but I chose to, just because I like to challenge myself too, right?
Right.
Plus I took a leap of faith and had no income coming in, so I had to get it done and get on the move. Right. So you take one class, say it's law of contracts. You start it Monday, you test on it Tuesday, and hopefully you pass it, right? So the way it works is you start half the book Monday, go through it, finish the other book, go through it, studying at home also to help build your credit hours, you know, and things like that. That way everything translates into class time.
Okay.
And test on it, and that's it. And easy it was not. Like I've always been a C student all my life. Like I'm heck, even in high school or back then I wasn't even a C student. You know, I chose the wrong path back then, but that's a whole different segment. I just really had to buckle down and shut myself out almost from my family. You know, I would spend more time in my garage than what I should studying after hours, but I had to do it and get on with it.
So you were committed,
right?
And you had your family really at heart,
right?
Because you knew you had to do what you had to do, and so sometimes, you know, that's the challenging part. You know, as an entrepreneur, we do it for our families, but to have that balance, right, is what we struggle with. You know,
the balance of, I know I want to be an entrepreneur and move, but I know my family is starting to stress a little bit, so maybe I need to slow down just a tad. It's hard to say that as an entrepreneur it's okay to slow down just a little bit, right? To spend that little bit of family time. I'm not saying take a week off, because a week off is way too much time, but spend that day, spend that 2 days with family. You know, family is number one, and it's not easy. You know, as you are a successful entrepreneur, you know that the most stress it brings on is the family. Right. You know, and you have to find ways to go through it, and that's that.
Yeah, for sure. You know, one of the things we have to realize, we're saying that we're doing it for our family, but we want to exclude our family out of it. Right. And it's like, no, you know, what is it if I build a successful, you know, business and I don't know my family? Right. My kids, I missed 2-3 years out of their life trying to build this business, and you say, I'm building this for you. Really? I can't tell. You know, as a child, I would be like, I can't tell, because you're not spending any time with me. And so we really have to balance that. But, you know, for 2 weeks and stuff like that, when you just got to go in, you just got to go in. You just got to go, You just got to go in and hopefully they'll recover, because you'll be able to adjust and modify and balance after that shut in. So sometimes we do have to just go in. And so I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you, buddy.
And I commend you for taking that leap of faith.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things we're creating is a community.
Right.
And so you can be in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Yes, sir.
And so you coming on this podcast has brought you into a part of our family. And we're committed to helping those that come into the family to, be successful.
Right.
We're helpers one to another. And if we can't do that, then, while we're in business,
why are we doing it? Right.
Why are we doing it?
Yes,
right?
sir.
But we all have gifts and we all have talents. And so we want to make sure that you're operating in those things. And that's what I do as a coach, is help people find that position where you're comfortable in being in your gifts and talent.
Right.
And so we talked about some things
Yes,
off camera of some things that you can do, and maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more as we continue on in this
Absolutely.
segment. So when you look at real estate, what is that really all about, being a realtor?
Okay, so everybody has kind of different skewed aspects of being a realtor, right?
Okay.
And most people think of a realtor from the last time they bought their house, maybe 15, 20 years ago, and you went to the real estate office and you filled out about 130, maybe 500,000 pieces of paper one by one, and that's all gone now, right? Everything has kind of modernized. As a realtor, my job is to show you, if I'm representing you as a buyer's realtor, right? Show you every single house that you want to see, right? My job as a realtor is to give you every piece of factual information about that house or property that you need to know, or not even that you need to know, that is out there, right? Mm-hmm. This tax forms and things like that.
Right.
And we go from there. If you want to place a bid on it, then we put an offer in. And my job as a realtor is to get all the paperwork combined, fill out the offer, submit everything, talking to the other realtor, right? Kind of a middleman, if you will.
Right.
But mainly my job is to make sure that somebody as yourself, or a first-time home buyer, if you will, doesn't get screwed in the long run.
Okay.
Or, and there's a couple of different ways they can do it, right? Paperwork-wise, or buying a house that's listed as absolutely beautiful and you really get it inspected and it's been in the flood and never really got fixed the right way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where my job as a realtor comes in, trying to fix all that.
Okay, well, great. I know in times past when I was looking for a place that I had a realtor that wanted to show me stuff like I didn't want to see. I'm like, God, I mean, I said I wanted a 2-story house with 4 bedrooms, and I don't want to see a 1-story.
1-story, 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Right.
Like, that's not what it's about, right? That's also my job, is to listen. And we've known each other for a little bit now, right? Not a whole long time, but I feel like in the little bit of time that we've known each other, you can tell that I'm a straight shooter. You know, I'm going to tell you, hey, Antoine, maybe that's not the best route to go, but here's this. But, Antoine, here's the houses that you want also.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Shoot them straight. Don't say, hey, here's some ridiculous house that you don't even want, you know? Like, I'm working with a client right now that I'm not really going to divulge too much information, but they're looking for a rent house. And they have specifics on what they want. Like, some people are allergic to the natural gas, right? So they don't want a gas stove.
Right.
It's my job as a realtor to present them all the rentals in the area with no gas stove.
Yes.
It's that simple, Antoine.
Right. It is. And so one of the things you have to be, right, is a great listener, right?
Right.
And it's not about you just making the bottom line, but you making a reputation for yourself as a great realtor that listens, that knows what the customer wants. If you want to bring me some suggestions, I'll allow you to bring me some suggestions, but as long as you didn't heard what I asked.
What I'm looking for, right. Don't bring me no crazy suggestions, you know.
Right. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So we definitely want to wish you the best
in
your endeavors in that space. And right now we're going to get ready to take a break. We're glad that E has come on and is sharing with us the things that he has found in this new adventure of real estate. And so we'll be back in just a few moments with our next segment. Hey, this is Just Antoine. We are with the Repositioning Podcast. We're excited that you're here and tuned in. I got my partner, E. Eric, is here with us. He's in the house. He's in the building. What's up, E?
What's up, Just Antoine?
Hey, man, we excited for you, man. I know you've been through some challenges,
Yes,
right? And I know as men, sometimes we like to put others before ourselves. But sometimes, we need to do that. But if we're no good for ourselves, then we can't be good for anyone else.
Correct.
And so if you would, share with us some of the struggles that you had to overcome.
Sure.
And how that,
So,
how that happened.
growing up, I really wasn't such a good kid, not because I didn't have the means to be. I absolutely did. My mom was a school teacher and my dad was a chemical engineer. I just chose the wrong way.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that.
Right.
But I ended up joining the military. I joined the Marine Corps. Okay, we'll go into that story a little bit. I was a senior in high school, and I had to take summer school. It was my second year as a senior in high school. I had to take summer school again.
Okay.
So it was open campus lunch. I don't know why they did that. So me and a couple buddies went out and got a couple 40s and drank a couple 40s. And on the way back from open campus lunch back to summer school, the Marine Corps recruiting office was right there. And as a joke, I said, man, pull in here, man. I'm tired of messing up. My buddy that was driving pulled in there. Well, I ain't no punk, Antoine. So I had to walk in there at least, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I walk in there, and I'll never forget his name. He was a staff sergeant at the time. Staff Sergeant DeLeon was standing behind the desk, and he's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, man, I want to be a Marine. He's like, okay, bro. Right? And he's like, here, fill this out. First of all, you smell like alcohol. Thanks for filling this out. Go back to school, wherever you need to go, right? Hey, I finished my job, right, in the car. Like, oh, I'm tough. Like, hell yeah, I went in there and filled out the information, right? Everybody's like, oh, my God, you're crazy. Saturday morning, don't. I get a knock on the door, and my mom comes to my room. Early as hell for a kid in high school, right? It's like 9 in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing, Mom? She's like, there's a guy at the door for you. Who? She's like, I don't know, some Marine. Oh, shit. Long story short, he pretty much convinced me to go to the military. Best decision I ever made in my life.
All right. Background-wise.
In the military, I got the opportunity to go to Iraq twice. I got 2 tours to Iraq. Diagnosed with a little bit of PTSD afterwards, right? Struggled with the PTSD for years. Just couldn't get a grasp on it for a while. One, because I feel like I didn't want to lower my pride at the time, which you do need to sometimes as a man, is just humble yourself.
Yes.
And it's okay, Yeah, it's tough to say right now, man. Wow. Anyway, so all of that to say that turns out coaching kids, I started coaching kids baseball, transitioned to kids football, and it has completely helped. I'm not saying 110% I'm free, right? But the relief after teaching these kids something and they actually get it, right? I'm not saying I'm a sports guru or I'm the best coach out there, but watching one of the kids' light bulb turn on is just one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And it's really helped in the long run.
Wow. So you're making a difference.
Right.
And because you're making a difference in a place you don't you're not really familiar with, but you
Right.
found a place where you can really shine, right?
Right.
And it makes a difference. Like you said, when that light bulb goes off, and you give that child a reason to live,
want to
almost,
play.
right, or
Right.
want to to
Right.
be successful, and
Right.
to be like, hey, I'm noticed.
Right.
Somebody cares about me. Somebody is interested in my life.
And a lot of people, Antoine, have the misconception of the kids that play these youth sports come from good families who can afford it and things like that. That is not the case everywhere you go.
Right.
There's kids everywhere out there in the world, up to and including on our team, that need absolute help. That don't have a good father figure or brother figure. I'm not even trying to be nobody's daddy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I will be there if you need to call me. And I tell my kids every day when I release them from school, or I'm sorry, from practice, hey, man, y'all go home, be safe. Coachy loves you. If you need something, call me.
Right.
That was also big to me, too. I didn't hear I love you a lot from the people in my life that I needed to growing up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I make it a point now to say it to every single one of those kids after every single practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. I just started coaching a little bit myself, and so I realized the impact that coaches can have, on anybody's life. And so I'm walking into my calling as a coach, and I realized that I need a coach in pretty much every area of my life.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I need somebody to talk to give me some direction
That's
and
true.
guidance, because we just don't know what we're doing. But if we can have somebody that's been there, done that, and can help us along the way, how much value does that add, right?
Antoine, I feel like it goes back to your inner circle, right? Like, I was with some friends last night watching the Astros game. Go Astros, by the way, right? We're going to win this whole World Series. Anyway, and we were just talking about how if you would have told me at the age of 14 or 15 years old, right, when I was doing the things that I did, that at one point in my life I would be a licensed realtor, sitting in a group of 4 to 5 successful businessmen who were my close friends, I would have told you, man, you tripping, bro. I'm going to go pick up something else real quick.
Right.
So all of that to say is it becomes your inner circle that helps build you. I'm a firm believer in you are who you hang around with, right?
Yes.
Just because I'm a testimony to it.
Mm-hmm.
When I hung around that back then, that's who I was. I hang around successful business people now, successful family people, and it wasn't even business we were talking about yesterday. It was some personal family stuff that I needed help with.
Yes.
And those brothers were around me,
Yes.
Not brothers literally from my mother, but brothers in some of the stories and testimonies that we've shared together were there to help. Right. So it all comes to that inner circle and helping you rise to where you need to be.
Yes. It's said that association will bring about assimilation.
Right.
And so the people you surround yourself with, you become.
Right.
And so one of the things that I tell people, that if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to go to another circle.
Right.
You need
once you capped out, you need to go somewhere else.
You got to go somewhere else because you're not growing.
Right.
It's not saying that you have to leave that circle, but you got to continue to grow.
Right.
And as an individual, we have to continue to grow.
Because what I've also seen, I'm sorry to cut you off,
you're good, bro.
But in that inner circle, right, once one of us does cap out, when that individual does move up to the next level, guess what happens? That circle that you're quote unquote leaving is like, hold on, man. Antoine, you ain't going up there without me.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So on top of, if you're really that true friend on that inner circle, you need to be the person that say, hey, let's go from here to here. This is how I'm doing it. If you want to be a part of this, that's okay. If you don't, I can help you, talk to you about the positions that you need to be so that you can get there.
Right. Right.
So I feel like that's what also happens if somebody else moves up.
Yes, it definitely can happen. One of the things you don't want to do is, you hate to leave people, but some people are so comfortable where they are that, you just have to let them go.
Hey,
You know,
have
unfortunately,
to be okay to do that, right?
Unfortunately, and it hurts. You know, I've had one of the most and hardest things in my life was to let people go when they were no good for me.
Right.
You know, and so I know that's a challenge, but when they're ready to rise, like, hey, let's come on.
Let's go together.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, because if I'm going to see my goals, I got to do something different.
Right.
Because if you keep on doing the same thing, you're going to keep on getting
You're going to get the same result.
The same result, right? And so now you're coachy, and how does that feel when you can have that impact on those children like that?
Oh, just great. Especially whenever they do call me when I'm not coaching or whatever. If they do just need something or just to talk or, hey, coach, what's up? What are you doing today? Nothing, boy. What are you doing? Oh, no, just thinking about you. Damn, like a 12-year-old kid, or I'm sorry, 10-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid took time out of his day, right, to give Coach E a call and say, hey, coach, what's up?
Right.
If you have kids, you know how busy a 10-year-old kid, 11-year-old kid is wanting to play sports or play video games. They ain't got no time to talk to no adult, you know? But I feel like that's where I come in different too, because some of the coaches are just out there for the glory, the win, whatever, right? I get that. I really do. Nobody wants to play for a horrible organization.
Right.
But I'm truly in it for these kids, and to watch them kids smile and to watch these kids have fun. Like, the parents laugh at me sometimes when I'm like, hey, just go out there and have fun. They laugh, right?
Right.
They're like, no, let's go out there and mollywop these dudes. Okay, we can mollywop these dudes while we having fun, though. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. That is so true. I'm actually in I'm coaching soccer this season, and the league that I'm in is all about having fun.
Right.
And so what we try not to do is have the adults keep score. And that's very hard, right? But we want the kids to really enjoy it.
Right.
We want them to enjoy the camaraderie. We don't want to always be barking down them and they like give up.
Right.
But we want them to continue on, right?
Right. Now, don't get me wrong.
And learn the game.
Right. When it's time to go, it's time to go. When it's
Yes.
time to go to war, it's time to go to war.
Yes.
Whether it's soccer or baseball or football, once you step on that field, it's time to go. There's a way to have fun, but respectfully smash the other opponent at the same time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, I gotta brag a little bit because we're 3-0 in our season, and I have 4, 5, and 6-year-olds on this soccer field, and I'm telling you, I got some ones that's going at it. But, you know, we're excited about that, and so I commend you for it's volunteer, right?
Yes, sir.
You volunteering, right? And so I commend you for volunteering and making the kids matter, because we say that the children are our future, but what are we really doing for our future?
To help the future.
Right. Thank you, Coach E.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back shortly.
Thanks, Antoine.
Hi, we want to welcome you to JW's Place, Soul Food and Barbecue. Look, some of the best barbecue in town. I make the sauce myself, y'all. It's from scratch. You ain't gonna get it from nowhere else. Ribs, pulled pork. We got it down here. Fried chicken, whole smoked chicken. We got everything you want. Listen, we even got a drive-through, so you ain't even got to get out your car. We'll come to you anywhere you are. Okay, listen, come down to JW's Place at 28533 Spring Trails Ridge here in Spring, Texas, 77386. Look, we are ready to serve you here. It is our pleasure at JW's Place, JW's Soul Food and Barbecue. Come on, get your barbecue. Get your, and while you're here, look here, I'll throw you a wing on fire. Just like that. JW's Place, Soul Food and Barbecue.
Welcome back to the Repositioning Podcast. I'm just Antoine, and I got Coach E with me. What's up, real estate
What's going on?
agent there?
Mr. Antoine. Once again, thank you for allowing me to come up here and have a conversation with you, with your fine people.
Man, it's indeed a pleasure for me, bro. I like what I'm hearing, and I know that greatness is in your future. You've overcome a lot in your life so far, but like I said earlier, that you don't have to do it alone. You now are a part of a family and a culture that we're raising up so that we can help one another be successful.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can be in business for yourself, but you don't have to be in business by yourself. And so we're going to make sure you leave your information,
Yes, sir.
so the people who watch this podcast can get in touch with you, especially if they're in the Houston area,
Right.
or if they just need some advice, if they want to get into real estate themselves or anything like that. What's a good contact number for you, brother?
My good contact number is my personal cell phone number. This thing is on me 24/7. I promise you it's on. If I don't answer, please leave me a message, text message, whatever you got to do. 832-707-3791. Whether you're looking to buy a house, rent a house, sell a house, just talking about moving from your apartment to a rent house, call me. If you want to move from a rent house to buy a house, call me. If you just want to talk about houses, call me. Hell, if you want to talk about baseball, football, call me. I don't care what it is. Just give me a call.
Just give him a call. He's a man with a purpose, on a mission.
Yes,
and
sir.
he has a big heart, willing and ready to help.
Yes, sir.
So brother, how can I help you? What are some of the things that where you want to go? Tell me about where you want to go.
I obviously want to go to the top, Antoine, and in my field, all it takes is just a little bit of hustle, right? And a little bit of coaching business-wise, which is mainly why I'm here kind of speaking with you, just because I know you're a successful businessman and have helped coach a couple of other successful businesses. So it's mainly why I'm here, get a couple tips and pointers on what to do next and go from there.
Okay. We talked a little bit off scene, and I thought that a podcast would be perfect for you.
Yes, sir.
Even as a new realtor, just bringing on other realtors to talk about real estate. People love to talk about themselves. And so you give them the opportunity to come on your show as an expert, right? And you gain a lot of information,
Right,
that they wouldn't give to you regularly if you just walked up to them and say, hey, man, tell me about real estate. How can I win in real estate?
Right.
So they won't readily give that to you, but if you bring them on as a expert on your podcast, you'll win.
I get it. I do. And I'm excited. I really am. Just from talking earlier, I told you I got some homework to do. I'm a homework type of guy. So, but I think we're on to something. I think I'm ready to move.
Yes. And so we're actually in the Drop Studios right now doing this podcast, and here on the north side of Houston. So if y'all are interested in doing your own podcast, like Coach E is about to start as a real estate podcast, and we're excited about it. We have space. Matter of fact, it's a 24-hour podcast studio, so you can come in 24 hours a day. You'll have your own access code to your own podcast studio, and you can go. And so as you prepare for this, we're going to walk you through it right away and show you everything that you need to start this podcast. Do your homework. We'll be right by your side as much as you need us to help you. We'll get you there.
Well, thank you, Antoine.
We're committed for that. And you're a brother. You've been a brother. I've met you. I guess we've known each other probably about 8 months, or
Right.
running to a year.
Yes, sir.
Almost
Pretty close
running
to
into
it.
a year. Yeah, you're part of the family, and we're ready to go, man. And your success. See, one of the things I think we miss it
Right.
is you have to help. If you can help more people be successful, you're bound to be successful yourself.
Of Of course.
Right? If you can teach other people how to cope with their situations that they're running into and making wrong decisions, then you'll start making better decisions yourself.
Right.
Because you're in there, you're getting involved, you're helping people, and that's that sowing and reaping principle. Right? And so if I'm always encouraging, if I'm always coaching, if I'm always helping, guess what? When I need help, when I need a coach,
somebody's there.
when I need encouragement, it's coming.
Right.
It's coming. And so, man, I'm excited for you. I'm excited about what you're doing. Keep on coaching.
Oh, yeah.
Keep on doing that thing with real estate and for your family.
Oh,
and, man, just taking that leap of faith, jumping out of that plane,
Gotta
brother.
jump. Just jump.
Just jump. Just do it, right?
Just do it. Just do it.
I commend you because a lot of people, they're stuck and they won't do that. But you took the leap of faith, and you have the support of the Repositioning podcast and everything else that is on this platform that we are creating.
Thank you, Antoine.
God bless you. Thank you for coming on. This is just Antoine. That's Coach E. You better get in touch with a real estate agent. His podcast is coming soon.
Yes.
His podcast is coming soon.
Get
so
ready.
You better get ready. If you know somebody that's in real estate that wants to come on and be an expert on this podcast, so we can all get this money,
get it,
and get the bag with this real estate, because that's where it's at. Just get Coach E a call, and we'll see y'all guys at the top. Bye for now.
Peace.